A new road was under construction. It was to be a shortcut from Great Warrenton to the wharf. Wilson had just arrived with Jack and Alfie when they all heard a familiar whistle. Oh no, it's him! Here comes trouble. Arriving to help with the new road was George the Steamroller. I'm surprised that you two need a steam engine to help you get around Sodor. Our roads are much better, you know. For your information, it's not safe for big machines like us to drive around on a busy road. Pah! Instead of a steam engine, why not use a lorry? Why are you always so hard to us engines, George? From what I heard, no one has done anything to you. No one has done anything to me. If they did, I flan them. I need to get ready for work, and I can't waste time talking to you. Don't listen to him, Wilson. He acts like that to almost everyone. I know, Alfie. I was just thinking, has anyone ever done anything nice for George? No, and no one should if he keeps acting the way he does. But what if we did do something nice for George? He might start acting nice to everyone. That's not a bad idea. That might be a bit tricky, but it might work. If that's what you're gonna do, I wish you the best of luck, Wilson. Thanks, Jack. I'll soon find out if George has a good side. Later that day, Wilson decided to put his plan into action. George was getting ready to flatten the road when Wilson rolled up beside him. Hey, George, what do you want? Oh, I just thought I would give you some fresh coal. It's more than enough, but I'm sure you'll need it. Oh, please, I have plenty of coal, and I don't need any more. Now, if you excuse me, I have work to do. Bother, I was sure that would work. I'll try something else. The new road was nearing completion. George was having a rest when Wilson arrived again. What is it now? Look what I got. A van full of green paint, and it's all for you to have a fresh coat of paint. I don't need a new coat of paint. I'll just get dirty all over again. Now stop trying to give me stuff and leave me alone. And with that, George grumbled away. Oh dear. Wilson was upset. His plans to make George happy had failed. Jack pulled up beside him. It's okay, Wilson. You did your best. What matters is that you've tried. Perhaps George is one of those machines that will always be horrid. Maybe you're right, Alfie. I guess George doesn't have a good side. By the end of the day, the new road was finished. Jack and Alfie were the first ones to drive along it, and George followed behind them. Miss Sally then had a job for Wilson. Could you take these trucks back to the wharf, please, Wilson? Sure thing, Miss Sally. Then Wilson puffed away. As Wilson made his way to the wharf, he couldn't help but think about George. I guess George will always be a horrid steamroller, no matter what someone tries to do for him. Wilson was so busy thinking about George that he didn't notice a tree branch had fallen onto the tracks. Luckily, no one was hurt, but Wilson was off the rails and was upset. Then, George came around the corner and saw what had happened. He was about to insult Wilson, but then he noticed how sad he was. Then he remembered all the nice things Wilson tried to do for him. He rode up towards him. Hey Wilson, are you alright? Wilson was very surprised. Yes, I'm okay, George. Just had a little accident. Well, I'm heading towards the wharf, so I'll tell the workmen that you need rescuing and someone will bring the breakdown train. I'll be as fast as I can." That made Wilson feel much better. "Thanks, George." George never thought he would be helping an engine, but he went to get help. He told the workmen what had happened, then one of them told Ronald, and he took the breakdown train to rescue Wilson. When Wilson finally arrived at the wharf, he met up with George. "Hey, George, thanks again for getting help." "Pah, I only did that just so you would stop bugging me. And to also say thanks for trying to do something nice for me. Out of all the engines on Sodor, I think I hate you the least." Wilson couldn't help but laugh. He knew that George would most likely stay the same, but at least he knows now that George does have a good side.